One of the biggest questions in pressure washing is, how do I launch some ads that are actually profitable? I'm sure you've launched some ads before, and I'm sure your pressure washing business is in a spot where you're making anywhere between 1 to 3K per month, and you're starting to think to yourself, I'm never going to grow at this rate. I'm never going to get out of this. I'm never going to get out of side hustle territory. So what do I need to do to make $10,000 a month? And making that 10K a month, it sounds like such a big goal. Like if I make 10K a month, I can feed my family, I can pay my bills, I can afford a different kind of lifestyle. And it sounds like a really big goal, but the first thing you need to keep in mind is you do not want to be desperate. You do not want to be chasing the 10K per month and think of it as something that's super big. Sure, it's a good milestone to have, but you want to aim a little bit higher. Why not 20K? Why not 30K? Why not 40K? First thing that comes into your mind is, obviously I would like to do that, but I don't even know how to make $10,000, and just that alone will change my life. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're running Facebook ads, you are making a bet. You're making a bet on your ad, seeing if it's going to perform and seeing if it's going to make an ROI, meaning generate you some money. And if that bet doesn't work, then you're out. Let's say $100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And if you're in a spot where you're down $2,000 launching ads, you might think to yourself, this is where you get into those negative thought loops where you're like, this is not going to work for me. I've got to try something else. Maybe let me go back to doing door-to-door, handing out business cards and flyers. I've just got to try something for cheap to get some jobs rolling in. But the thing is, you're never going to grow that way. If you really want to systematize, if you want to scale up like a professional business, right? If you want to hit 20, 30, 40K a month, you're going to have to be comfortable making those bets, even if that comes at the cost of burning some of the cash you have for the bills you've got this month. With that in mind, if you're the kind of business owner that is willing to take risks, like for me, for example, when I started launching ads, I blew through $1,000, $1,500, and it did suck for me. I mean, that was pretty much my whole account. But I didn't let that stop me. I continued launching ads. I'd get jobs here and there, and rather than putting all that money into better equipment, like let's say a rig, getting an 8-gallon per minute machine, I kept my 4-gallon per minute machine. I took every dollar I had and I put it back into ads because I told myself I'm never going to go door to door again. I hated door to door. It's a good way to get jobs for free if you're good at sales or at the door. But for me, personally, I was not going to do that. Too much time. I'm not going to be knocking on doors, bothering people. I hate when people knock on my door. That's just not something that's for me. I ended up putting my money into Facebook ads, went through a lot of trial and error, and eventually I got it. And I'm not going to lie, some of those dips, they were hard to manage, right? Because when you don't have money for food, when you've got to eat oatmeal for lunch, you're kind of like, damn, I wish it wasn't like this. But those are just the risks you have to take. And then nowadays, you know, launching at a budget of $100 per day on Facebook, like 3K a month on ads, it's not really a big deal, because I've gotten to the point where I've had ads that didn't work. I stayed in, did the trial and error. Now the ads work. Now I'm scaling up. Now I'm making profit from the ads, and I go from spending $10 a day on ads to 20 to 30 to 40 to $100 per day, and I'm willing to afford that. And the only way you're going to do that is if you stay in the game. If you stay launching ads, that's the only way that this is going to work. So in this video, I'm just going to walk you really quickly exactly how you can do some research so you don't waste your money when you're launching Facebook ads. You see, the most important part when you're launching ads on Facebook is you've got to have a good ad, and you've got to have enough ads to test. If you're just spending an hour or two creating an ad and then you go launch it at $10 per day and you hope that you're going to get an ROI on it, or let's say not even hope, you need it to make an ROI, that's where you get into the wrong part of running Facebook ads. You do not want to be in that area where you need one ad at $10 per day to perform for you in the first 3 days, or else you're going to quit. If that's your mindset, then you might as well not even waste the $30 you're going to launch on that Facebook ad. You might as well just stop. What you're going to do is you're going to launch multiple campaigns, multiple ads, multiple offers. And right here, I'm going to show you exactly how to do some research. Plus, I'm going to show you exactly how I've got a client over here. It's generated hundreds of leads with winning ads that we created for him. So let's say you need some inspiration on how to launch ads for pressure washing. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the ads library on Facebook. So just search up ads library on Google. You'll see the meta link, and then just click it over here. Now, once you're at this page, you're just going to click United States, all ads, pressure washing, and you're going to be able to see all of the ads that are currently running for pressure washing right now. Some of these are going to be a little bit spammy, but if you continue scrolling down, you'll see some ads for pressure washing. So like this one over here, this one launched about an hour ago. And I just want to show you really quickly, because this is an example of an ad that you do not want to launch. It's already a bad sign. Do not launch an ad like this. I mean, it's good because it's kind of showing the wash a little bit, but don't use those trendy kind of music tracks. Put that over some of your footage and have the footage on so loud there's no voiceover or anything like that. This is exactly an example of an ad that does not perform. And then, you know, some ad over here, this ad copy is super weak. right? If a homeowner is reading this, I mean, what is this? There's no hook, there's no pain points, benefits, testimonial section, call to action. And even worse than that, like when you click the call to action on here, they're taking you to the website, which is not really that good because people are going to land on this website. There's no place, there's no kind of form for them to fill out to get a free quote. It's just a website. So you're going to bank on people calling you to get some jobs rolling in. Now, what I recommend is do not have your call to action over here on Facebook as a learn more to a web page. Even if you've got a forum on your website, I still wouldn't recommend it because you're going to have a decent bounce rate on there. So I would recommend just doing instant forms. So if I go into one of the campaigns over here, let's say we go to one of our ads, right? This is our form over here. So if we just click through it real quick, we got to get some of the information, and then our client gets notified as soon as someone fills out this form. That's going to be a lot easier, going to get you a lot more leads coming in through the door. Now, what I want to show you is this client has generated hundreds of leads with us. So he's gotten a bunch of leads from these campaigns. He's spent well over $1,600 on the ads that we've launched for him, and he's done at minimum $5K. I did call him the other day. I haven't heard from him in a while, so I was like, hey man, I see that you're still running the ads. They're doing pretty good. Just wanted to follow up, see how everything's going. He's like, yeah, we pulled in $5K already. And then he was asking me if I have a team to call up the leads and close them for him. And I was like, not yet, but I'm going to get that in the works soon. So the ads have been performing really good for him. And if we go to his page on here on the ads library, you can see the ads that he's currently running. And this is what I want to mention. This is what makes me different when it comes to launching ads compared to other people. I don't just go in there and launch an ad like this and say, look, we're going to let this ad launch for a little bit. See how it goes. If it doesn't work, we're going to launch another one. No, look at how many ads that we launched for this client. We launched so many different variations, and the reason we do that is because I know when you launch ads, you can't rely on just one ad. You can't rely on just one offer. You can't rely on just one ad copy. You got to split test, split test, split test. So whenever I launch ads for someone, we're always launching at least 32 of them. That's what makes me so confident in getting you results. It's just that we're launching so many different kinds of ads. We're almost overflowing your market with ads. Overflowing it. I mean, look at all the ads that we're launching in this city right here. And the thing is, I've launched these ads in almost every single state in the US. I've been running ads for years now for a lot of different pressure washing companies all over the US. And these ads just work. So one thing I want to show you as well is when it comes to making these ads, what I recommend doing is using a software like CapCut. Now, inside of my school group, this is a video that I edited for one of my other clients. I show you how to do it. You can join my school group in the link in my bio right here on YouTube. But I showed you guys exactly how to edit a video, like short form content kind of video. And it didn't even take that long, right? We did an AI voiceover. I'll play it real quick.
Lancaster homeowners, did you know the black streaks and green algae on your siding aren't just ugly? They can actually eat into your home's surface and cost you thousands in repairs?
This is an example of an ad that's going to perform because it's sort of like an Instagram short form TikTok kind of video. And that's what you need to run as an ad. So if you guys remember back in 2021, that's when TikTok came out. And everyone started posting short form content. That was the biggest thing. It didn't really catch on to the ad. So the ad scene for pressure washing at that time, you could get away with running a photo ad, just a before and after image with some ad copy. But that soon went away. Let's say about 2 years after 2021, that started to die out. Your cost per lead went up crazy because people started posting videos like this. You want to make a video that you could post on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts that'll get views. A video like this, if you post this, it could easily get 10,000 views. And that will be a good signal to launch it as an ad because if it works on the organic algorithm, it's going to work for paid ads. That's a good note. If you wouldn't launch this on your Instagram page, like let's say for example, you have a time-lapse video of you pressure washing. You post it on Instagram, it gets 100 views. Why would you post that as an ad? Right? It's just not going to work. Why would you post that as an ad with some kind of catchy music in the background? It's just a video of you washing. There's no call to action. There's no nothing. You got to have a voiceover that it talks about your offer. You've got to have some clips in the background that show your social proof, show that you actually do this work. And you've got to do multiple variations. So like for that client, for example, we've got a video like this. We repeat this about 16 times. So we've got 16 different variations on the videos. And that's just what makes it rock solid. We've got 4 different offers, 16 variations for videos. If you do something like this, there's no way you're going to fail with Facebook ads. So if you guys do want to learn a little bit more as to how we launch these ads, get some in-depth tutorials like 30-minute trainings that I have, join the school group down below because I walk you through step-by-step exactly how to build this. But if anything, it kind of just gives you an idea as to how to launch some ads. You do not want to waste your money on ads like this This is a surefire way to burn through your money, and you do not want to do that. If you want to hit 10K a month, start spending at least $50 to $100 per day. That's going to get you in that range to make 10K a month. And how that's going to look like is it's going to be you closing jobs off Facebook, knocking on a couple doors around the neighborhood, passing out your business cards and flyers, showing that you work in the neighborhood, getting some jobs closed that day, building your word of mouth, asking them to leave you a review on Google, on Nextdoor, on a Facebook group, getting that word of mouth, those referrals to get you some more jobs. That's how you're going to grow the business, and that's how you're going to hit 10K per month. I've seen this happen for multiple of the washers that we work with. It's not really that difficult. It's pretty simple. You just got to take the steps and risk the money, right? $500 is nothing to launch into Facebook ads, and even worst case scenario, you drop $500, you don't get the ROI. People are at least seeing your ad in your city. They at least know that you exist now, because right now, if you're not launching ads, nobody knows you exist. Nobody knows you've got a business, right? You don't even show up. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to comment down your questions down below. And again, if you want to reach out to me, if you want me to launch your ads, join the school group down below. We've got some tutorials you can watch in there. Message me in there. Say, hey, Kevin, I want you to launch my ads. We'll get your ads published next day, right? We'll just have our call, get the onboarding set up. Next day, your ads are launched. We'll go and get everything set up for you. If you're interested in that, join the school group, and I'll see you on the next one.